Mom's coming over. Running is awesome.
I was always so especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much.
Now we're saying it has eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion and to inside to help clean your skin. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions are inconsistent. Talk to your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision and don't change yourself out without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dixon can help heal their skin from within.
When you say it like I do, people will talk.
Wow, fancy.
I fancy it right here.
Even the trays have great.
Back on this Wednesday edition of Fox Weather First, take a look at the storms across the Florida Panhandle. Cold front slicing through, and that brought in showers and thunderstorms, and when it rains on I-10, it pours. So traveling was tricky yesterday. Today, the cold front is still moving through the peninsula of Florida, so the I-4 corridor could be impacted today. Meanwhile, we had snow to the north of Florida. Let's head to Pennsylvania. Kind of a beautiful image, though, from Digman's Ferry. Just a dusting, little light snowfall. Exciting to see, though. You know, last year they barely saw anything in Pennsylvania. On average, they see about 25, 30 inches of snow. This is not far from Delaware River, that is. And hopefully this year we have more snow on the way. Today, we are getting rain. Meanwhile, let's head to the west coast. San Diego, impacted by Santa Ana winds. Look at the brush just blowing around outside the National Weather Service office there. So Santa Ana winds, they descend from the mountains, they rush down to the coast. And when that happens is a warm and dry air. And so it increases the wildfire risk and also creates some hazardous driving conditions. In fact, we had a gnarly windstorm on Interstate 15 from California to Nevada. We'll show you that to you later on this morning on Fox Weather First. But we had 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts across Southern California. Thankfully today, the Santa Ana winds taking a little bit of a back seat. Let's get you out the door this morning armed with your forecast. The East Coast is not the best forecast, especially considering that it's Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But the majority of our travel woes in regards to the weather will be this morning. Now that sometimes carries over the afternoon, depending on these morning flights and also the road conditions this morning. We got snow across Maine, that's continuing, an additional 5 to 6 inches possible there. As you work your way to the 95 corridor, temperatures are mild, so it's an all-rain story for Boston and New York. We're slowly starting to already see some drying conditions for D.C. and Baltimore. Coastal areas of North Carolina, it's going to take the whole day. Temperatures about 70 degrees, showers and storms. Some of those storms could turn severe, but look at the temperature difference behind the front. It's about 20 degrees cooler in Atlanta and also in Memphis today, with temperatures there in the 50s. Beautiful weather across the northern Gulf and also central southern plains. We got a lot of 50s out there, beautiful sunshine, so a cold start but a pleasant finish. Up to the north, it remains cool on the UP in the upper 30s. Minneapolis, 49, low 50s in Des Moines. Pretty mild stuff as you take a look at the conditions across Canada. The northern plains is warming up today. That's ahead of the next storm system. So enjoy mild weather while we have it. Pushing 70 degrees for North Platte, mid 40s for Fargo. And across the southwest, this is an awesome day. 77 in Phoenix. Look at Denver pushing 70 degrees today. You will have snow by Friday. So Denver doing Denver things. Relish the morning when you have it. Northwest, rain moving through, so umbrellas needed for the I-5 corridor. This does translate to snow in the higher terrain. And by the way, this is our next storm that we're tracking. We'll get to that coming up too. But first, we have to do out the door in the northeast. So unfortunately, we've had rain overnight. You're going to see some really slick roads this morning, so allow for some extra drive time. And we're talking a couple inches of rain, so you're going to see some puddles left, the wind. You might see some tree branches and also some leaves that are clogging up the drains. In terms of the winter driving, that's going to continue across northern New England. We do have snow-covered roads, so allow for that extra drive time, especially if you're heading out before lunchtime. There's a look at the division. Manchester, New Hampshire, 36 degrees. You have rain there, but you hop just a couple miles north and it quickly transfers over into snow. Snow continues for Augusta, Boston, Albany. It's going to stay well above freezing. Those are the locations that's a complete rain story. And it does trickle all the way down the 95 corridor, but notice that the bulk of the heavy rain is now trying to push out over the Atlantic. We're going to continue to see some scattered showers, so don't forget your umbrella today. We do have some minor coastal flooding that's possible. The wind was picking up overnight, and with the wind behind the front, that could cause a little bit of a slosh effect. So some of these low-lying roads that are next to the water, you could see some minor inundation. We're only going to pick up maybe a 10th inch of rain in addition to what we saw overnight for parts of the East Coast. Boston, maybe up to a half an inch. And coastal areas of Maine, it's going to rain for the whole day. Really nasty weather there, unfortunately. So we could see
advanced state of decomposition. So still a lot to learn here with the details surrounding this entire incident. Police tell us there hasn't been any kind of arrest, so we'll be looking to find out more this morning. Back to you.
Mayor, thank you. Right now, Chicago police trying to find a mother and her two daughters. 21-year-old Anaya Smith was last seen in the area of Lawndale and 83rd. She may have her 1-year-old daughter, Leilani, and her 6-month-old daughter, Lariah, with her. It's possible she's driving a 2010 silver Nissan with an Illinois license plate of DS60328. If you have any information or see them, please call 911. And breaking news in the war with Israel and Hamas.